Welcome back, seekers of wisdom. Before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like the harder you chase a dream, the further it seems to drift away? Think about it. You pour your heart into a goal, late nights, endless planning, sheer determination. Yet somehow, instead of moving closer, it feels like the dream keeps slipping just beyond your grasp. Almost like chasing smoke with bare hands. Have you ever wondered why life works that way? Now, imagine a child in a sunlit meadow. Their eyes sparkle as they spot a butterfly, wings shimmering like painted glass. Excited, they rush forward, arms outstretched. But the harder they run, the faster the butterfly flutters away, dancing just beyond reach. And then something magical happens. The child pauses. They breathe. They smile. They simply stand still and enjoy the beauty of the moment. And in that stillness, almost as if by grace, the butterfly drifts back and lands gently on their shoulder. This image isn't just poetic, it's a powerful metaphor for one of the most profound truths the Stoics discovered over 2,000 years ago: the art of detachment. Now, let me make this clear right from the start. Detachment does not mean giving up on your dreams, abandoning ambition, or living without passion. Far from it. The Stoics were some of the most ambitious, disciplined, and impactful people in history. But they understood a paradox that many of us overlook in our modern world. Sometimes, the more tightly we cling to an outcome, the more resistance we create, and the harder it becomes to achieve. While today's culture constantly preaches relentless hustle, never stop grinding, and push harder no matter what, the Stoics saw things differently. They believed in effort, yes. They believed in discipline and resilience, absolutely. But they also believed in something deeper, in aligning with the natural flow of life. They recognized that when we loosen our grip, when we learn to release the desperate need for control, life often surprises us by giving us exactly what we were searching for, or something even better. Picture your own life for a moment. Maybe you've been chasing success in your career, working longer hours, sacrificing sleep, stressing over every decision. Or maybe you've been longing for love, constantly analyzing your relationships, wondering why you can't find the right person. Perhaps it's financial security, or even creative recognition. Whatever your pursuit may be, here's the question: is your grip so tight that it's actually pushing what you want further away? The Stoics, philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca, believed that the key to attracting abundance, happiness, and peace wasn't always found in raw force. It was found in balance, in letting go at just the right moment, in trusting the process, even when outcomes seemed uncertain. So today, I want to invite you into this timeless wisdom. Over the next few moments, we're going to explore the paradoxical art of detachment, a practice that doesn't weaken ambition but refines it, strengthens it, and makes it far more powerful. This isn't about surrendering to laziness. It's about learning the delicate dance between effort and trust, between striving and allowing. And I promise you, if you lean into this wisdom, if you truly open your heart to it, you may begin to see your life differently. Goals won't feel like distant mountains to climb. Instead, they'll begin to meet you halfway. Peace will replace anxiety. Flow will replace force. So, buckle up, my friend. Because what we're about to uncover may just revolutionize the way you pursue your dreams. As we saw in the last section, the Stoics believed that true strength often comes not from clinging tightly, but from knowing when to release. And when we dare to let go, something extraordinary happens. We step into the vast power of surrender. When we release our desperate attachment to outcomes, a door opens to infinite possibilities. Life no longer feels like a rigid path we must control, but a flowing river that carries us to unexpected places. Suddenly, we become receptive, truly receptive, to opportunities we never imagined, to chance encounters that feel like serendipity, and to creative solutions that seem to arise out of nowhere. Think of it like unclenching your fist. When your hand is tight, nothing can enter. But the moment you open it, the universe has room to place blessings in your palm. The modern spiritual teacher and author Michael Singer put it beautifully. The moment you stop trying to control everything, you can finally appreciate everything. By surrendering to the natural current of life, we discover a deeper sense of peace, joy, and quiet contentment. But here's the question you might be asking: how do I actually practice detachment? How do you take this lofty idea and make it real in the everyday grind of work, relationships, and personal struggles? Let's break it down into simple, practical steps. Building your detachment muscle. Tips for letting go. 1. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Instead of obsessing over the finish line, place your attention on each step of the journey. If you're working toward a career goal, treasure the skills you're gaining along the way. If you're pursuing health, celebrate every workout, every mindful meal. When we enjoy the road itself, the destination becomes a natural byproduct, not an obsession. 2. Practice acceptance. No matter how powerful we feel, there are forces beyond our control. Life throws curveballs, people change, plans shift. Accepting this truth doesn't mean surrendering to helplessness. It means understanding where your power ends and where trust begins. 3. Trust the universe. Have faith that things will unfold in the way they are meant to, even if the outcome doesn't look exactly like what you pictured. Often, what seems like a closed door is just life guiding you to one that's better suited for your growth. 4. Cultivate gratitude. Pause and appreciate what's already here. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from anxiety to peace. The moment you recognize your blessings, big and small, you begin to experience a richness that no external achievement can fully match. 5. Surrender to the flow. This is the heart of detachment. Release the constant urge to micromanage life. Stop tugging at the roots, and allow the tree to grow on its own. Trust that you are being guided toward your highest good, even if the path looks different from what you envisioned. Remember, detachment does not mean passivity or indifference. It is not apathy. The Stoics weren't preaching laziness. Instead, detachment means acting with intention and clarity, while humbly acknowledging that the universe carries a wisdom and timing greater than our own. When you give your best and then release the results, you create space for life to surprise you in the most magical and unexpected ways. So, step forward. Embrace this Stoic art of effortless manifestation. Let go of your need to control every detail, and instead trust the rhythm of life. Watch as your deepest desires begin to unfold, often in ways more beautiful than you could have scripted yourself. Lesson 2. Attract what you want. The Stoic law of attraction. Now, my fellow seekers, let's go even deeper. Because here lies another truth that bridges ancient wisdom with modern insight. The ability to attract what you desire by embodying it first. This is not about wishful thinking, and it's not about pretending. It's about aligning your energy with your vision, until you naturally become a magnet for the experiences you long to create. The Stoics, though they never used the phrase law of attraction, shared a principle strikingly similar: live in harmony with the natural order. They saw the universe as rational, purposeful, and deeply interconnected. And when our thoughts and actions align with this order, life moves into harmony. Think of it like this: our thoughts and emotions aren't just fleeting feelings inside us. They are vibrations, frequencies, that ripple outward and interact with the world around us. By cultivating emotions of love, peace, and joy, by imagining the reality we wish to live, we begin to call those very experiences into our orbit. Real-world attraction. From dream jobs to soulmate connections. Let's make this practical. Suppose you want your dream job. Of course, you take external steps. You polish your resume, you network, you prepare for interviews. But don't stop there. Embody the feeling of already having the job. Imagine waking up with a sense of purpose, feeling fulfilled, contributing in meaningful ways. Let that excitement radiate through you, and watch as opportunities begin to gravitate toward your energy. Or consider relationships. You may long for a loving partner. You try dating apps, attend social events, put yourself out there. But beyond those actions, cultivate the inner state of being cherished. Feel the warmth of love before it arrives. Imagine the closeness, the laughter, the deep companionship. As you carry that energy, the right connection often shows up, as if drawn by invisible threads. The science and philosophy behind it. This isn't mere positive thinking. Modern science suggests that everything in the universe is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. Quantum physics points to the truth that our thoughts and emotions carry frequencies as well. When we hold on to positive emotions, we raise our vibration, and naturally attract experiences that match it. The Stoics, in their own way, said something similar. They taught that the universe is orderly, rational, and wise. And when we align our thoughts, desires, and actions with this natural current, life becomes harmonious. Our goals stop feeling separate from us, they become part of the greater flow. When we surrender to this flow, trusting its wisdom, embracing its timing, we don't have to force opportunities. They begin to appear, often quietly at first, then unmistakably, as though the universe itself has been waiting for us to align. As we just explored, the law of attraction isn't about forcing outcomes, but about aligning with them. And when you align, truly align, something extraordinary happens. You stop chasing, and you start receiving. Take the words of Oprah Winfrey, a modern icon of success and empowerment. She often emphasizes the importance of aligning with your true purpose and trusting in divine timing. In her own powerful way, she reminds us, you don't become what you want. You become what you believe. Think about that for a moment. It's not your wish list that defines you. It's not the endless, once scribbled in your journal or stored on your vision board. It's what you actually believe about yourself, your worth, your potential, and your place in this vast universe. When you believe you are capable, worthy, and ready, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. So how do you make that shift, from endless chasing to effortless attracting? Let's explore some practical ways to build your attraction power. Tips for effortless manifestation. 1. Clarity. Get crystal clear on what you truly desire. Don't settle for vague hopes like, I just want to be happy. Define it. What kind of job lights up your soul? What qualities matter most in a partner? What kind of life makes you feel alive? Clarity is like setting the coordinates on a compass. Without it, you'll wander aimlessly. 2. Visualization. Close your eyes and imagine your desired reality with as much detail as possible. Don't just think about it, feel it. See yourself in that new role. Hear the conversations you would have. Feel the satisfaction of a day well lived. The brain responds powerfully to imagery, and when you visualize with emotion, you begin to train your mind and body to align with that reality. 3. Affirmations. Use positive statements to reinforce your belief in yourself and your ability to attract what you want. Repeat them with conviction. Instead of, I hope I can, declare, I am capable. I am ready. I am already on the path. These words become anchors that steady you when doubt tries to creep in. 4. Gratitude. Before asking for more, honor what you already have. Gratitude transforms your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Each moment of appreciation lifts your vibration higher, preparing you to welcome even greater blessings. When you say, thank you, for the small things, the universe responds with more reasons to be thankful. 5. Inspired action. Manifestation isn't about sitting still and waiting for miracles. You must do your part. Take steps that feel aligned and purposeful. Send the application. Start the project. Have the conversation. Inspired action shows the universe that you are serious, that you're not just wishing, but actively participating in the unfolding of your desires. 6. Release control. Here's where detachment returns as a guiding principle. Let go of the desperate need to control how and when things unfold. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Sometimes the best gifts come wrapped in delays or detours. 7. Embrace the journey. Celebrate the small wins. Learn from the setbacks. Savor the unfolding. Life isn't just about arriving at a destination. It's about becoming the person capable of receiving that destination along the way. Remember this. Attracting what you want is not about manipulating the universe or tricking it into bending to your will. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of abundance. It's about moving with life, not against it. And when you do, manifestation feels less like a battle and more like a dance. So, my friends, let go of the chase. Open your heart to receive. The universe is waiting, eager to shower you with blessings, if only you allow yourself to believe, to trust, and to align. Lesson 3. You will be uplifted at every turn, embracing the Stoic path of alignment. Now, fellow cosmic travelers, we move into another dimension of Stoic wisdom. This lesson is not about blind optimism or pretending challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about shifting your perspective, about seeing every obstacle as an ally and trusting that the universe, even in hardship, is conspiring in your favor. The Stoics had a phrase for this: amor fati, love your fate. At first glance, this sounds like resignation, like passively accepting whatever life throws at you. But that's not the Stoic meaning. Amor fati is an invitation to actively embrace each experience, both the beautiful and the brutal, as an opportunity for growth. The philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." What does this mean for you and me? It means that every obstacle we face is not a dead end, but a doorway. Every challenge holds within it the potential to propel us further on our path. Real-world upliftment, from career setbacks to personal challenges. Imagine this: you lose your job unexpectedly. At first, discouragement hits like a storm. You feel defeated, maybe even betrayed. It's tempting to believe the universe is against you. But with a Stoic mindset, you flip the script. Instead of seeing an ending, you see a beginning. Perhaps this is the moment to pivot into a career you're truly passionate about, to start the business you've always dreamed of, or to pause for much-needed self-reflection and growth. The same principle applies to heartbreak. A painful breakup doesn't just leave wounds, it offers clarity. It teaches you more about who you are and what you truly need in a relationship. Even health challenges, as daunting as they are, can become catalysts for transformation. Opportunities to adopt healthier habits, prioritize your well-being, and strengthen not just your body, but your spirit. As modern Stoic writer Ryan Holiday reminds us, the obstacle is the way. Every difficulty, no matter how heavy, contains within it the seeds of your transformation. The quantum connection, vibrational alignment. And here's where philosophy meets science. The idea of upliftment is not only a Stoic belief, it resonates with what modern physics is discovering. Quantum physics suggests that everything in the universe is energy, vibrating at frequencies. Our thoughts and emotions are no exception. When we hold on to bitterness, fear, or resentment, our vibration lowers, and we attract more of the same. But when we choose gratitude, resilience, and hope, our vibration rises, and life begins to mirror that elevated state. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a stem cell biologist, explains that our beliefs don't just shape our emotions, they influence our biology and even the environment we create around us. In other words, when you shift your inner world, your outer world follows. So remember this truth: every challenge you face can either weigh you down or lift you higher. The choice lies in your perspective. Align with the Stoic path, and you'll find that at every turn, even the difficult ones, you are being uplifted. As we just discovered through science and Stoic wisdom, even our biology responds to our perception. When we shift the lens through which we see life, we don't just change our mood, we literally change our body, our energy, and the kind of experiences that come our way. Dr. Bruce Lipton, the renowned biologist and author, captures this perfectly when he says, "The moment you change your perception is the moment you rewrite the chemistry of your body." Think about that. With every change in outlook, you're not only reframing your story, you are rewriting your biology. And when you do that, you become a living magnet for more positive experiences. So, the question becomes, how can we actually cultivate this mindset of upliftment? How can we train ourselves to trust the flow of life and rise above the challenges that try to hold us down? Tips for embracing the flow: building your upliftment mindset. 1. Reframe challenges. Instead of viewing obstacles as immovable walls, learn to see them as stepping stones. What if every setback was secretly an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable? This perspective doesn't erase the difficulty, but it transforms the way you carry it. 2. Practice gratitude. Even in the middle of storms, there are blessings. By focusing on the good, no matter how small, we shift our vibration. Gratitude lifts us out of despair and reconnects us to abundance. Have you ever noticed how, on your hardest days, one small moment of gratitude can suddenly bring light to the darkness? 3. Trust the universe. Have faith that life is unfolding according to a plan greater than your own. Even when confusion reigns, even when the road twists in directions you don't understand, trust that there is meaning woven into it all. 4. Embrace change. Change is not the enemy. Change is the catalyst for transformation. To resist change is to resist growth itself. Open your hands and let new experiences find you. Who knows, the very change you once feared may be the one that leads to your greatest breakthrough. 5. Cultivate resilience. Strength is not built in comfort, but in recovery. Resilience is the ability to rise after being knocked down, to learn from failure without letting it define you. Remember that timeless truth. What does not break you makes you stronger. 6. Connect with your purpose. When your actions flow from your deepest values, life gains direction and meaning. Align your choices with what matters most to your soul, and you'll find that even hardships feel purposeful, like chapters of a story guiding you toward your highest good. Being uplifted at every turn doesn't mean pretending that everything is always perfect. It doesn't mean denying pain, ignoring grief, or dismissing hardship. Rather, it means choosing to see the good even in difficulty, trusting the larger plan, and embracing life's constant invitation to grow. So, walk boldly on this Stoic path of alignment. Trust that you are being guided, and as you surrender, you will watch life's magic unfold, sometimes quietly, sometimes dramatically, but always with purpose. Lesson 4. Where do your desires come from? A Stoic exploration of inner yearnings. Hey there, fellow seekers. We've talked about detachment, attraction, and alignment with life's flow. Now, let's dive into a question that is both deeply personal and profoundly universal. Where do our desires come from? Are they fleeting whims, temporary sparks of craving? Or do they reveal something much deeper, a compass pointing us toward meaning and growth? This isn't about trivial choices like what to eat for dinner or which movie to watch. This is about the deeper forces that shape our motivations, our goals, and ultimately, the direction of our lives. The Stoic perspective, desires as guides, not dictators. The Stoics did not dismiss desire altogether, nor did they glorify it. They approached it with balance. Desires, in their view, were natural impulses, but ones that could either lead us astray or guide us toward virtue. The Stoic philosopher and statesman Seneca put it plainly. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. In other words, poverty doesn't come from lacking possessions. True poverty is the endless craving for more. Desires, when clung to blindly, can make us prisoners, always chasing, never satisfied. And yet, the Stoics also recognized that desire is not inherently evil. When guided by wisdom, desires can be powerful motivators for growth and self-improvement. The emperor-philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Our actions may be impeded, but there can be no impeding our intentions or dispositions." The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. What does this mean? It means that while circumstances may block our actions, they cannot block our intention, our will, or our capacity to transform. Our desires, if approached with mindfulness, can become fuel for action. Fuel that pushes us to rise, to adapt, to grow. Nature versus nurture. Where do desires originate? So, where do these desires come from? Are they written in our DNA, carved into our biology for survival, reproduction, and pleasure? Or are they the product of our environment, shaped by upbringing, culture, and the society that constantly tells us what we should want? For centuries, philosophers and scientists have wrestled with this question. Some argue that our desires are primarily biological, hardwired into us. Others believe they are shaped by family, community, and cultural conditioning. Every advertisement, every trend, every idealized image of success plants seeds of desire within us. And yet, many also suggest that there is something deeper at play, something beyond biology and society. A spiritual dimension, a universal current. The Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of archetypes and symbols that subtly influence our thoughts, emotions, and longings. Perhaps some of our deepest desires aren't just personal cravings, but whispers from this universal source, urging us toward growth, connection, and purpose. Real-world desires, from career goals to soul callings. Our desires, then, can range widely. Some are simple and material: a stable job, financial security, good health. Others are more profound: a loving partnership, spiritual enlightenment, or the pursuit of truth. Some desires are fleeting, tied to trends and surface-level wants. Others feel like soul callings, yearnings that seem to come from the very core of our being. The key is discernment, to pause and ask, where is this desire truly coming from? Is it aligned with my values? Will it lead to lasting joy, or just temporary satisfaction? By examining the roots of our desires, we gain the power to choose wisely. We begin to see which ones are worthy of pursuit and which ones only lead us deeper into restlessness. And in that discernment lies freedom. As we reflected earlier, desires are not enemies to be feared, nor masters to be obeyed blindly. They are signals, guides pointing us in different directions. But the real question is, which desires should we follow, and which should we release? The Stoics believed the answer lies in one timeless principle: aligning desires with virtue. To them, a fulfilling life didn't mean indulging every craving or silencing every longing. Instead, it meant filtering desires through the lens of reason, nature, and the greater good. In other words, choose desires that uplift, those that bring harmony, wisdom, and growth. Let go of the ones that are harmful, excessive, or rooted in false beliefs. This isn't about denying your humanity or suppressing natural impulses. Quite the opposite. It's about channeling your desires in ways that strengthen you, deepen your relationships, and create a positive ripple in the world around you. Imagine a river. When water flows freely in its channel, it nourishes the land, feeds crops, sustains life. But when it floods outside its banks, it destroys, erodes, and overwhelms. Desires work the same way. When aligned with virtue, they empower. When left unchecked, they consume. Building your desire compass. Tips for navigating the inner world. So how do you navigate this complex landscape of desire? How do you learn to distinguish between cravings that mislead and longings that guide you toward growth? Here are a few timeless practices. 1. Self-reflection. Set aside quiet moments to examine your desires. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Why do I want it? Does this longing make me feel alive, or does it leave me restless? Reflection turns vague impulses into clear understanding. 2. Examine your values. Every desire should be held against the mirror of your values. What kind of person do you want to be? What principles matter most to you? When your desires align with your values, they become powerful allies on the path of integrity. 3. Challenge your assumptions. Be honest. Are your desires based on reality, or are they illusions? Are they truly your own, or have they been shaped by advertising, peer pressure, or cultural expectations? By questioning assumptions, you uncover whether your desires are authentic or borrowed. 4. Practice mindfulness. When desire arises, observe it. Notice the thoughts, emotions, and impulses it stirs. Ask, is this helpful or harmful? Will it lift me higher, or will it weigh me down? Mindfulness gives you space to respond with wisdom instead of reacting blindly. 5. Seek wisdom. Learn from the Stoics and other great thinkers. They spent their lives studying the nature of desire, attachment, and virtue. Their insights serve as guiding lights, reminding us that desires are not rulers but companions, meant to be guided by reason. The truth is this: your desires are not your master. They are your guides, and when you learn to understand their roots and align them with virtue, you begin to create a life that is not only fulfilling for yourself but meaningful to the world around you. Lesson 5. Live within your imagination, the Stoic art of creative manifestation. Alright, fellow dreamweavers, let's step into another dimension of Stoic wisdom, the immense power of imagination. At first, the word imagination may sound like child's play, like daydreams and fantasies. But to the Stoics, imagination was not an escape from reality. It was a tool for shaping it. And now, centuries later, modern science is confirming what they already knew. The Stoics understood that the mind creates experience. The way we perceive reality shapes the way we live it. The philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." What did he mean? That our minds filter reality through interpretation. We don't simply experience life as it is. We experience it through the lens of our beliefs, perceptions, and imagination. And here's the exciting part. We can choose that lens. By visualizing desired outcomes, by imagining a different reality, we shift our perception. And when our perception shifts, our energy aligns with the very outcomes we envision. This isn't about denying reality. It's about becoming an active participant in shaping it. Real-world imagination, from vision boards to business plans. Think of your imagination as a mental laboratory, a safe space where you can test ideas, run experiments, and paint possibilities. Want to start a business? Picture yourself leading a successful company. See yourself greeting happy customers, signing contracts, achieving financial stability. Want to pursue a creative dream? Imagine yourself performing, painting, or publishing. Feel the joy of the finished work. This isn't wishful thinking, it's mental programming. The subconscious mind doesn't just respond to what happens in the outer world. It responds vividly to what we feed it in the inner world. Even Oprah Winfrey, who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential women in history, is a believer in this practice. She once said, "Create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe." Imagination is not idle play. It is the seedbed of transformation. The science behind it, neuroplasticity and the quantum field. Modern science is catching up with this ancient insight. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, shows us that our thoughts literally shape our brain. Each time you visualize a positive outcome, you strengthen neural pathways that make it easier for you to move toward that reality. And then there's quantum physics, which suggests that our intentions and focus may influence the very fabric of reality, the quantum field that underlies and connects everything. When you focus your imagination on positive outcomes, you're not only rewiring your brain, you may also be interacting with the universe at its most fundamental level. In short, imagination is not fantasy. It is energy, and energy, when aligned, creates transformation. Building your imaginative muscle, tips for creative manifestation. So, how can you strengthen this inner power? Here are some simple but powerful practices. 1. Set aside time for visualization. Dedicate a few minutes each day to imagine your desired outcomes. Make them vivid. See, hear, feel, and even smell the details of that reality. 2. Create a vision board. Collect images, quotes, and symbols that represent your goals. Place them somewhere you'll see often. This serves as a daily reminder and keeps your vision alive in your awareness. 3. Write a script for your life. Describe your ideal day, week, or year in rich detail. What time do you wake up? What kind of work fills your day? Who surrounds you? By scripting, you make your vision more tangible. 4. Affirm your desires. Use affirmations to reinforce belief. Speak them aloud with emotion. I am capable. I am creative. I am building the life I envision. 5. Act as if. Don't wait until the dream arrives to live it. Begin to embody the habits, attitudes, and energy of the life you desire. Walk with confidence. Speak with conviction. Behave as if you are already living the future you've imagined. When you practice these steps, imagination stops being a child's escape and becomes a creator's tool, a force that aligns your inner world with the outer one you are building. As we explored in the last lesson, imagination is not a toy, it's a sacred tool. When used with intention, it allows you to embody the energy of your desires as if they were already yours. And in doing so, you attract those very experiences into your life. So remember this truth. Your imagination is a powerful instrument for creation. Use it intentionally, use it consistently, and you can begin to manifest dreams that once felt impossible, stepping into a life that is extraordinary in every sense of the word. So unleash your imagination, my friends. Begin creating the life you've always dreamed of. The possibilities, they are endless. And if this message is resonating with you, don't forget, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming explorations. And as always, leave a comment below with the words, "Keep it up," to remind both yourself and this community that we're walking this journey together. Share this wisdom with your family and friends. Your support means the world. Music swells gently, transitioning to a calmer, more reflective tone. Lesson 6. Finding peace, letting go and trusting the divine flow. Hey there, my peaceful warriors. In this lesson, we're diving into the very heart of Stoicism, and also touching on the essence of the law of attraction, to explore two deeply interconnected truths: finding inner peace and trusting the abundant flow of the universe. Now, let's be clear, this isn't just about empty, positive thinking, or vague wishful dreaming. It's about something deeper. It's about learning how to align your energy with your deepest desires, and then allowing the universe, or what the Stoics call the divine order, to orchestrate its magic in your life. The Stoic perspective, tranquility and acceptance in the divine order. The Stoics, those wise philosophers of ancient times, were obsessed with one question: how do we live peacefully in a world that often feels chaotic? Their answer was simple but profound. True happiness does not come from external circumstances, it comes from within. The philosopher Seneca captured this truth beautifully when he wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. Take that in for a moment." Seneca is not telling us to give up on dreams. He's not saying ambition is wrong. Instead, he's showing us the secret to inner freedom: contentment with the present. It doesn't mean passivity. It doesn't mean giving up. It means learning to rest in the present moment without being enslaved by fear of the future or regret of the past. It means focusing on what you can influence, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and surrendering what you cannot control. Real-world peace and abundance, from daily stress to manifesting dreams. Fast forward to today. In our modern world, the hustle never stops. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us to chase more success, more possessions, more recognition. And while striving is natural, it can also become exhausting. So here's a radical question. What if the key to unlocking true abundance and happiness is not in the chase at all, but in surrender? What if the secret lies in releasing the pressure, embracing the present moment, and trusting the divine flow of the universe? Modern teacher and author Deepak Chopra speaks of this same truth. He often describes the universe as a field of infinite possibilities. And within this field, we are not helpless wanderers. We are co-creators. By aligning ourselves with this infinite field, by releasing the negative blocks that hold us back, we tap into limitless abundance. Abundance that is waiting to manifest our deepest desires. The power of surrender, letting go of limitations. But here's the challenge: most of us carry invisible baggage, negative beliefs, old wounds, self-doubt. These become roadblocks on our path to fulfillment. Maybe for you it's the fear of failure. Maybe it's the quiet, nagging feeling of unworthiness. Maybe it's the belief that happiness is for others, but not for you. But what if all of these blocks are nothing more than illusions? What if they're simply stories we've told ourselves for so long that we've mistaken them for truth? The Stoics would remind us, and modern teachers agree, that by recognizing these blocks for what they are, we take away their power. And by letting them go, we open ourselves to the abundant flow of the universe. When you release those inner chains, something profound happens. You begin to trust that you are worthy of love. That you do deserve success. That happiness is not a prize to be earned, but a state of being that already belongs to you. And in that trust, you finally allow yourself to receive the blessings that have been waiting for you all along. Building your inner sanctuary, tips for peaceful manifestation. So how do we cultivate inner peace, release those blocks, and align ourselves with the divine flow? Here are some guiding practices. 1. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your inner world. Notice your thoughts, your emotions, even the sensations in your body. When negativity rises, don't fight it. Gently return your awareness to the present moment, again and again. 2. Embrace acceptance. Understand that you cannot control everything. Release the need to force every outcome. Trust that there is a larger wisdom at work in the universe, one that often sees farther than you do. 3. Cultivate gratitude. No matter how small, every blessing counts. The warm light of morning, a shared smile, the food on your table, each one is proof of abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to fullness, from scarcity to possibility. 4. Identify and release negative blocks. Take time to reflect on the beliefs that limit you. Write them down, confront them, then replace them with affirmations rooted in truth and possibility. For every "I can't," remind yourself, "I am capable." For every "I don't deserve," affirm, "I am worthy." 5. Connect with your inner self. Spend time in silence, whether through meditation, prayer, or simple reflection. Listen to your intuition. Let your inner wisdom guide you. 6. Visualize your desires. See them clearly. Feel them deeply. Imagine yourself living the life you long for, not someday, but now. Allow those feelings to become part of your energy field, shaping the reality that unfolds around you. At its core, finding peace and trusting the divine flow is not about escaping reality. It's about living fully in it. It's about understanding that you are part of something vast, mysterious, and wise, and that when you align with it, life itself begins to move in harmony with you. So breathe deeply, let go of what no longer serves you, and trust that as you walk this path, you are being guided toward abundance, peace, and the fulfillment of your highest potential. As we've seen, finding peace and releasing negativity isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice, a journey of patience, growth, and self-discovery. Each small step, each moment of mindfulness, each act of surrender builds momentum. And with every release, you align more fully with the flow of the universe. That's why as you let go of old blocks and open yourself to trust, it's equally important to move forward with confidence. Take inspired action. Step boldly toward your goals, but do so with enthusiasm, not fear. Let your actions be fueled by trust rather than desperation. And then, this may be the hardest part, surrender again. Release your attachment to specific outcomes and rigid timelines. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward your highest good. When you practice this balance of effort and surrender, of action and flow, you create a powerful shift in your energy. Over time, this shift attracts the abundance, love, and joy you truly deserve. So let go of the struggle, my friends. Instead, embrace the peaceful flow of the universe. Because your dreams, they are not just distant possibilities. They are waiting, even now, to manifest. Lesson 7. Be happy. Your wish is on its way. The Stoic approach to joyful manifestation. Hey there, joy seekers. Get ready, because this lesson is all about embracing happiness, not as an illusion, not as forced positivity, but as a powerful tool for manifestation. This isn't about pretending life is perfect or ignoring the real challenges you face. It's about cultivating a deep sense of joy and contentment right where you are, right now. It's about trusting that the universe is already at work in your favor, bringing your desires into reality. The Stoic connection, joy as a choice. Many people imagine the Stoics as stern, emotionless philosophers, stone-faced men who rejected pleasure and joy. But that picture couldn't be further from the truth. The Stoics understood the value of joy. To them, joy was not a distraction from virtue. It was a natural byproduct of living virtuously. The Stoic philosopher Seneca put it this way: true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In other words, you don't need to wait for everything to fall perfectly into place before you allow yourself to feel happy. Happiness is not something that comes someday. It's a choice you can make today, in this very moment. This doesn't mean you deny sadness, grief, or difficulty. It doesn't mean plastering on a fake smile. It means recognizing that joy is an inside job, a decision to focus on the good, to cultivate gratitude, and to savor the small wonders of life. Real-world joy, from everyday moments to major milestones. Joy isn't reserved for the big achievements. It's not only found in promotions, weddings, or grand victories. Often, it hides in the ordinary. It's in the warmth of sunlight on your skin after a long day. It's in the laughter of your child echoing through the house. It's in the taste of your favorite meal, or the satisfaction of completing a task you thought was impossible. The Dalai Lama, a modern spiritual leader and advocate for compassion, reminds us, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. That's the key. Happiness is built moment by moment, choice by choice. And when we consistently choose joy, even in small ways, we begin to create a life that feels abundant, meaningful, and aligned with the universe's flow. The science behind it, the happiness advantage. Modern psychology backs this up. Research shows that happiness isn't just the result of success, it's often the cause of it. Happiness researcher Sean Aker calls this the happiness advantage. His studies reveal that when we are in a positive state of mind, we are more creative, more productive, and more resilient. We solve problems faster, we bounce back from setbacks quicker, we even improve our health and relationships. So cultivating joy isn't just about feeling good, it's a strategy for thriving. It sets the stage for greater success in every area of life, career, relationships, health, and personal growth. Building your joyful mindset. Tips for attracting your desires. So, how can we train ourselves to live in joy, even when life isn't perfect? Here are some simple but powerful practices. 1. Practice gratitude. Every day, pause to appreciate what's already here. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Or better yet, tell someone you love why you appreciate them. Gratitude magnifies joy. 2. Focus on the present moment. When you catch yourself dwelling on regrets from the past or worries about the future, gently bring your awareness back. What is good, right now? Even small things, a deep breath, a calm space, a friendly smile, can anchor you in joy. 3. Engage in activities you enjoy. Don't wait for permission to feel good. Make time for hobbies and experiences that light you up. Whether it's painting, hiking, dancing, or simply listening to your favorite music, joy multiplies when you give it space. 4. Surround yourself with positive people. The company you keep matters. Spend time with people who uplift you, who inspire you, who remind you of possibility instead of limitation. Their energy fuels yours. 5. Practice self-care. Take care of your body, your mind, and your heart. Exercise, eat nourishing food, meditate, rest, spend time in nature. Self-care is not indulgence, it's maintenance for joy. 6. Believe in your dreams. Hold on to the vision of your desires with faith. Trust that the universe is working in your favor. Don't just hope, believe, because belief aligns your energy with manifestation. 7. Celebrate your wins. Big or small, acknowledge your achievements. Every celebration reinforces your progress and builds momentum for more. When you honor the little victories, you invite bigger ones to arrive. Joy is not a destination. It's a journey. It's the conscious decision to focus on what's good, to find beauty in the ordinary, to celebrate life as it is while trusting that even greater blessings are on the way. So let go of constant worry. Release the need to control every outcome. And instead, embrace joy. Live it, share it, radiate it, because when you choose joy, the universe can't help but respond with more reasons to smile. My friends, let this truth settle deep within you. Your wish is already on its way. In this episode, we've journeyed together through the transformative power of letting go, releasing the endless chase, and embracing instead the art of attraction. We've explored the roots of desire, learned how to align them with virtue, and challenge the limiting beliefs that so often hold us back. We've practiced the courage to trust in the divine timing of the universe and in the natural flow of life. And through it all, one message has echoed again and again. You are not separate from the abundance, the love, and the success you seek. They are not distant prizes, hidden away in some unreachable place. No, they are already within you, quietly waiting to be awakened, to be expressed, to be unleashed. Remember, dear listener, the universe doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present, to be kind to yourself as you grow, to rest in the moment you are living right now, even as you walk toward the future you desire. So, as you continue on this journey of self-discovery and manifestation, carry this truth with you. Your dreams are not out of reach. They are simply waiting for you to align your energy, your thoughts, and your actions with them. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the Stoic law of attraction, where ancient wisdom meets modern understanding, where effort meets surrender, where joy meets peace. May your path be filled with joy, abundance, and effortless manifestation. May you walk each step knowing that life is not working against you, but for you. And may you never forget this final truth. What belongs to you will always find its way to you. Until next time, keep shining your light, keep trusting the flow, and keep believing that the universe is guiding you home.